He saw his ex-girlfriend scantily clad at his father's mansion. The young man's name was Adam, the only son of international film star Richard. But Adam, fiercely independent, refused to live in his father's shadow, preferring to make his own way as a little-known writer's assistant. When the two most important people in his life betrayed him in this way, Adam's world shattered. In a storm of anger and despair, he gave his father a solid punch without hesitation and walked away from that place of heartbreak without a second glance. He went straight to a bar owned by a friend, seeking solace. Egged on by his troublemaker friends, Adam made a wild decision to call every woman in his contacts for some comfort. The result, however, was unexpected. Reality was far crueler than he imagined, as every single call was met with rejection. Finally, unable to handle his liquor, he stumbled and fell headfirst into a roadside flower bed, unaware that a twist of fate was quietly approaching. When Adam woke up the next day, he found himself in a completely unfamiliar place. The appearance of a black woman stunned him into silence. He thought he must have done something desperate in his drunken state, but the truth was far from it. Adam was completely mortified, wishing he could crawl into a hole and die. But when he nervously asked for his pants back, her reply made him want to die all over again. Thankfully, a girl's timely appearance at that critical moment cleared up all his confusion. It turned out this woman was his childhood friend, Emma. 15 years earlier at a summer camp, a young Adam had a special fondness for this unique girl. But at the time, Emma always kept a deliberate distance, as if wary of any deep connection. Over the years, the two would occasionally meet again in different settings. Though Adam tried to close the distance each time, Emma always maintained a polite but distant attitude. He just never expected their reunion would happen in such an embarrassing way. Back in the room, Emma's spot-on imitation of his drunken antics made Adam want to die of embarrassment all over again. But he was also deeply attracted to Emma's candor and humor, and a long-lost feeling of attraction welled up in his heart. After his ex-girlfriend's betrayal, Adam thought he would never fall for another woman. But Emma's appearance reignited a spark of hope, especially when Emma showed sympathy and concern after hearing about the ugly incident. The atmosphere in the room began to turn ambiguous, and when Adam's tentative advance was not rejected by Emma, it signaled the beginning of a relationship. After their night of passion, however, Emma reverted to being rational and cold. She was unwilling to define the relationship and asked Adam to keep it a secret, which left him feeling lost and disappointed. Despite this, Emma had already planted a seed of love in Adam's heart, and he couldn't get her out of his mind. But just as Adam was preparing to contact Emma and courageously express his feelings, reality dealt him a heavy blow. Emma appeared before him, acting intimately with a strange man. Although they both explained they were just colleagues, the deep-seated insecurity in Adam's heart was hard to shake. So, not wanting to miss out on this twist of fate, Adam broke his promise to Emma and went straight to the hospital where she worked. He impulsively sent her a balloon that said, "Congratulations," which left the unprepared Emma stunned. In response to Adam's childish behavior, however, Emma reiterated her position. She stated frankly that she couldn't handle complex intimate relationships or sustain long-term emotional connections, and therefore would never be anyone's girlfriend. Adam's childish gesture was leaked by his troublemaking friends, quickly becoming a running joke. But just when Adam thought he had been utterly defeated, Emma sent him an intriguing text message. Her words were a wake-up call for the dense Adam, making him realize her true intentions. He rushed to Emma's place, and they rekindled the spark between them. Even so, when Adam tried to hug Emma again, she still showed clear resistance. This contradictory attitude instantly reminded Adam of their undefined relationship, and he awkwardly withdrew his hand. But these seemingly casual words happened to strike a chord with Emma, making her think of a win-win solution. On the edge of love and non-love, Emma tentatively made a special proposal. No fighting, no lies, no jealousy, no expectations. The moment either person gets tired of it or falls in love with the other, the relationship ends immediately. This instantly appealed to Adam, who no longer believed in love, and so began their relationship with an uncertain outcome. Little did they know, this seemingly perfect agreement would come at a painful price.